Rock Island Trail is a rail-to-trail conversion that will stretch over 200 miles from Kansas City to Washington, Missouri. The trail will link with the Katy Trail on both the western and the eastern sides of the state, forming a 450-mile loop. The trail is being hotly debated by members of the community who will either benefit or be damaged by the path of the trail. Hey guys, my name is Mackenzie Ferguson, and I am a second grade teacher at Eldon South Elementary School, and a mom of 2 high schoolers, Tate and Tyson. Life feels like a blur these days, running between work and the boys' track meets after school, which that is actually where I am right now. Oh look, my friend Autumn's here. I should have stood by her.
Hi, my name is Autumn Allen, and I'm the Director of State and Local Legislative Affairs at the Missouri Farm Bureau. I have been friends with Kinsey for many years. She even had my daughter in class, and our sons play the same sports. I love talking to her about the drama of our small town, but today I will most likely be working during the track meet.
Hey Autumn, beautiful day for a track meet, yeah? Why do you still look like you're dressed at the office?
Oh, hey Kinsey, it is a lovely day. I just got back from visiting some senators and representatives today. We had a lot to talk about, particularly the Rock Island Trail.
The Rock Island Trail, you mean the one that's running through Eldon?
Yes, that one for sure. We at the Farm Bureau are very opposed to this new addition.
Why is that?
Because the plan for the Rock Island Trail has not properly been communicated to many farmers in our area. In 2014, the Missouri Farm Bureau submitted comments to the Federal Transportation Board, otherwise known as the STB, opposing the rails to trails conversion. We urged the STB to conduct public hearings before they made a decision. Despite our pleas, the STB approved the Rock Island Rail Corridor as long as Ameren and the Department of Natural Resources agreed.
Why are Ameren and DNR involved?
Ameren is the current owner of the trail, and DNR would be the government institution that maintains the completed trail. The DNR would also fund any fencing put up around the trail, but there is nothing in any of the legislation about them maintaining it. Likely it would fall to our farmers who make their living along the trail. That would be like the city of Eldon putting a fence in your backyard and making you maintain it even if you don't have it all.
Well, that doesn't seem very fair.
Absolutely. And we at the Farm Bureau represent the rights of the farmers in these matters, so we cannot let that happen. This also directly affects you and your money.
In what way?
The legislator is attempting to use your tax funds for trail conversion. Your tax money will go to building the trail, and you will watch it go to waste when the DNR cannot maintain it properly. And we are not just talking about a small amount. The entire trail costs somewhere between $65 to $85 million, and they are estimating the entire project will take 2 to 3 decades to complete.
Holy moly, man, that's a lot of time and money. What would be the alternative? Keeping the trail as a railroad?
Yes, we actually favor keeping the railroad system in place from Kansas City to Owensville, because the railroads are vital to agriculture and the economy of rural communities. We need them to transport our products efficiently and effectively through our area of the state. Keeping the railway up and running would be better use of taxpayers' dollars than setting up some silly little trail.
Hi y'all, I'm Callie Smith and I'm a doctor at the Lake Regional Hospital in Osage Beach. I also happen to be Mackenzie's sister, and I love watching my nephews compete. Sorry I'm late y'all, I just got out of my 13-hour surgery. Have the boys run yet?
Oh no, you have plenty of time. Tate's only running the mile today, so it could be one of the last ones to go. Hey, me and Autumn were just talking about the Rock Island Trail, and
man, us at the hospital are super excited about the Rock Island Trail and its potential to help people in Miller County and the surrounding areas.
how so?
Well, Missouri ranks 10th in the nation in obesity rates. In Miller County alone, 38.5% of the population is considered obese. This is due to lack of ways to get people out and exercise. I think the Rock Island Trail might provide this opportunity for people. Eldon is kind of the perfect place to do this.
You think?
Absolutely. Eldon is considered the hometown to the lake, and it's constantly growing and evolving to be a better hometown for those in it. In fact, in 2013, the Eldon School District and Capital Region Medical Center received a grant from Missouri Foundation for health to reduce childhood obesity. The Rock Island Trail would help with this immensely.
But the grant was not entirely meant for building the trail. There are a bunch of different ways to reduce childhood obesity, such as learning healthy eating behaviors, participating in regular physical activity, and reducing screen time activities. All of these things can be accomplished without infringing on property rights.
I do agree that there are a lot of ways to fight childhood obesity, but providing a safe space for families to be physically active together can make a huge difference. Many studies found that children of active mothers were shown to be twice as likely to be active as children of inactive mothers. Children of active fathers were 3.5 times more likely to be active than children of inactive fathers. And in order to be an active parent, you must have a way to be actually physically active.
I agree that being physically fit and demonstrating these priorities to kids is important, but what about just getting a membership at our gym in Eldon?
Well, a gym membership costs money, and people are concerned that they cannot make it to the gym enough to recoup those costs. Also, there are only 2 gyms in Eldon that I know of, and none of them have any kind of walking track or path when you go to work out at your gym.
Usually in the mornings before the boys wake up or while they're at track practice.
See, I doubt your boys probably see you exercise, and likely they're learning little about living a healthy, active lifestyle when they never see you go or come back from the gym, and outlets such as the Rock Island Trail would allow you to participate in physical activity together. You guys can go on a walk or bike rides together, or challenge them to do a 3-mile run.
3 miles? I think I'll just stick to sprints to keep my endurance up.
Well, yeah, that's completely understandable. If we look at a model like the Katy Trail, we see a lot of promise for the kinds of physical activity. According to the 2012 Katy Trail Economic Report, 84% of the visitors to the Katy Trail were cyclists who on average biked 46 miles per trip. 20% of the visitors were walkers who walked on average 1.23 miles. Imagine if our population can just hop over to the Rock Island Trail and walk or bike miles on end.
That's something I would love to do with my boys. I'm so glad I packed some healthy snacks for tonight. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a long one. Do you want any of my granola bars?
Probably better than whatever they have at the concession stands.
Callie is exactly right on that one. Hi, I'm Mr. Matt Davis, superintendent of Eldon Schools. One of my main priorities as a superintendent is to make sure my students are healthy and safe. I think physical activity is very important for students' physical and mental well-being.
Hi, Mr. Davis. Yeah, I definitely agree. There could be way better options at the concession stand, especially for our athletes. Speaking of health and wellness, have you heard anything about the Rock Island Trail?
Actually, yes, I'm a huge supporter of the Rock Island Trail. It would be a welcome addition that allows a variety of people to maintain a healthy lifestyle. The 200 miles of trails would provide the citizens of Eldon and their children a place to walk, run, bike, and most importantly, spend time outside with their families. It would also be great for the businesses that make their living in Eldon.
Are people going to have to pay to use the trail?
No, absolutely not. What I mean is the combination of the Katy and Rock Island trails would be one of the top trail systems in the U.S. to draw people from many states. Eldon is considered one of the poorest communities in the state. I truly believe that an attraction like the Rock Island Trail could positively impact our town.
Oh, I see. But what would make them want to stop through Eldon?
Well, that is the part we are actively working on. In 2013, we received funding to restore the old Rock Island Depot. Our building trades class undertook this challenge, and now we have a brand new building that will house the Rock Island Trail Museum. This, as well as other improvements we plan to make to the Rock Island Park, should make people consider at least stopping into our town.
Oh, and maybe venture a little further and get like a coffee at Serendipity, or eat at Whittles, or maybe stay at the Eldon Inn.
Which will bring more cash into our town and help our amazing small businesses thrive. According to the News Tribune, this impact would potentially be seen by 20 other communities the trail would intersect in our state.
That sounds amazing, but do you really think it'll work?
I mean, seeing the popularity of the Katy Trail, I really do not see why it wouldn't. According to a 2012 Katy Trail Economic Report, over $10 million were filtered into hotels, businesses, restaurants, and gas stations in towns adjacent to the Katy Trail. And the trail was responsible for 317 jobs in those same areas. Think about $10 million or 317 jobs coming to Eldon.
Well, from a medical perspective, this could also cause some positive peer pressure for our community to use the new trail. When outsiders come to use the trail, locals would probably take notice and think, wow, they drove all the way to the lake to come up here and ride, and we have it right here. Why not do it?
Exactly, and that's a double win in my book.
Okay, but do we really want all those people just walking through our front yards? Hi, I'm Hannah Beeman. I've lived in Eldon my whole life on my family's row crop and cattle farm. I am a third-generation farmer, and I hope someday my own daughter is willing to take it over. I also hope she might get a track scholarship to go to college. She's really good at the 300-meter hurdles.
Oh, hey, Han. Yeah, I just watched Oakley run, and she did a fantabulous job. Straight to the finals. But what do you mean about people walking through your front yard?
What I mean is, the projected path for the Rock Island Trail runs along Business 52, then it splits and runs smack dab in the middle of my driveway, which means I could have all kinds of riffraff walking past my house at all hours of the day or night. According to an article from Columbia, Missourian, a resident by the Katy Trail had people going into their backyard and using their pool. What's going to stop them from trespassing, breaking into my house, or kidnapping my daughter when I'm busy working on the farm?
I totally understand your concerns. I would hate people walking around where my boys play football. And I would not be a happy mama if one of my kids got snatched up by a thug walking on the trail.
It's also not just about privacy. Part of the trail is the length of my field near Barnett, and I often have to apply chemicals to assist my crops in growing. I am careful to ensure excess runoff and cross-contamination do not occur. I also wear proper PPE. Despite this, the chemicals can still be potent, and I cannot plan around the people on the trail. I would hate for someone to come in contact with those substances, have a reaction, and not be able to make it to someone like Callie.
Do you think you could get in trouble if something like that did happen?
I'm not sure, but I also don't want to be a case that sets a precedent. I am also not the only farmer impacted either. The Rock Island Trail has a potential to impact over 700 landowners across the state. I think the city of Eldon would be better off putting in a better sidewalk system through their town. This way, kids and parents can walk to school or work.
Man, it would be a dream to not have to wait in any more school pickup lines. This is a hard issue about people interacting negatively with their animals or their land. And the Missouri Farm Bureau is just begging for more communication and DNR to take greater responsibility for the maintenance of the trail. I can also understand the people who are for the Rock Island Trail. The school district and local healthcare professionals see it as a great way to hang out with friends and family. I'm not sure what the right answer is, but I do know we have a lot to figure out before we can get there. I can see both sides, but what about you? What do you think?